on. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Singing Soapbox broadcast, the podcast. This is Bill Malu's service, and I am joined with Mr. Ryan Molyneux, aka Rye Lion, or Whining Lion, whatever the hell he wants to call himself. How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm alright. I'm thinking of renaming myself Charlie, actually.
What?
I'm thinking of renaming myself Charlie. I'm thinking of rebranding myself.
What, Charlie? Charlie
Maybe.
Brooker?
Not maybe, maybe not.
Maybe Charlie Brooker, maybe. Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'll tell you what to do if I want to. So shut the fuck up.
Right now, in the bedroom, maybe, but not right now.
Bitch, please. Anyway, yes.
I do appreciate your manners, though. Manners are very important. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, please, Jamal. I appreciate.
Oh,
that.
yeah. I've been raised with good manners. So today we have some very interesting videos for you, as we always do, with our ever enlightening commentary.
Before we do the videos, do you want to have a look at the tweet that you wanted to show the world?
Oh God, yeah. There was a funny thing that I found. If I just bring it up, it's so goddamn stupid. It's basically by this YouTuber called Onision. And if anyone knows who Onision is, there's you expect a lot of stupidity. But anyway, yeah, let's see if I can find it here. Please load properly. No, that's not it. It's equally stupid, but
you're letting the team down here, Jamal. I'm disappointed.
Oh, shut up.
No. You really think that you're ever going to get that to happen with me? Seriously?
Yeah. It's wishful thinking, though. It's wishful thinking, but
why would you bother? Why would you waste the effort, Jamal? You know it's never going to happen. You know I'm never going to shut up. So
no, but I'll still bitch slap you.
That's quite rude. That's quite rude, Jamal. I'd expect better from you.
Dude, you're quite a rude individual yourself, so hey, I'm just learning from the best.
What are you talking about? Not rude.
I'm talking about not rude. You're still a cunt. Anyway.
Yeah, I do have the depth and capacity to give pleasure. I agree.
Okay, so yes.
Have you found that tweet?
Yes, I found that. I found that really stupid fucking tweet. So if we screen share,
please do.
If you screen share, I will send you over to the very enlightening tweet by Onision. Here, if you can see it.
Turtle killer.
Yep. Can you see the screen? Can you see my screen now?
I can see like nothing but black, which admittedly.
That really sucks.
I can see me, which is good. You know, it's always good to see me. It's always good when I'm on camera. That is like.
Well, that's not.
I do think that is when the show is at its best, is when I'm the one on camera.
Yeah. Here's the enlightening post. I am Can you see it?
Yeah. Do you want me to read it? Do you want me to read it to the peoples?
Go and read it to the people in your Onision voice.
My Onision voice. I'm proud sexist against men. They are vastly inferior to women. This makes me a feminazi? Perfect. Feminism is too tolerant of men.
I'm sorry. When I saw that tweet,
Can I? What did you write? What did you write?
Yeah. I just said, trust me. If feminists ever found out about the shit that you did to your exes, you'd be the first on their shit list. Hashtag hypocrite Onision.
It's a blatant ad hominem attack.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything in that tweet to address the rock solid argument that Elysion is making in this tweet.
Considering that he's a guy that basically
nothing
shames
to
his
refute him at all. Shame on you, Jamal.
No. This is basically from a guy who, if anyone doesn't know Elysion, he's a guy who basically bitches about the fact that he has to pay his ex-wife alimony. So he basically pays about his ex like $1,000. I don't know if it's $1,000 a year or $1,000 a month or something like that. Yeah, but he's like the biggest fucking misogynist asshole ever, and he's the one person that cannot claim to be a fucking feminist, especially when he's the kind of person who goes on record to manipulate his exes, and he actually left his first wife for a 16-year-old pop star. And this is a guy who's basically saying. And
so what you're saying is, Jamal, what you're saying at the end of the day is that you're a misogynist.
No, and I'm saying I actually am more of a feminist than this guy is.
Stop derailing the narrative of the conversation. What you're saying is that you're a misogynist. And that you
what I'm saying is I hate Elysion. Elysion is an actual misogynist. He's an actual misogynist who has actually gone on record to manipulate and abuse his past spouses, and he has, with evidence.
That can't be true. That can't be true.
Oh, it's true.
No way that could possibly be true. And Elysion's clearly on the up and up. He's clearly a reprehensible waste of human skin. Should we get on to the first video?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't even want to waste my time on this.
This is one that you sent me. Right. By the way, I think that last week we were really negative about everyone.
Oh, yeah.
So I would like to extend an olive branch in a sense and post a video today that we actually agree with.
Yay!
It's up to you guys to figure out which video that is.
Okay. So should we get cracking?
Get cracking like Bert McCracken, yeah.
Get to release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken, indeed. I understood that reference.
So I just woke up and I was thinking about something in bed, which I think about quite often, and that's where the people who continue to eat meat
like
the impact of the diet on the animals.
Right. What are you talking about?
Choose to continue eating animal products, whether they actually continue living.
So
dramatic, but I'm gonna break it to you. We live in an extreme dramatic world. There's a lot of fucked up shit going on. There's a lot of negative shit going on. And I know there's a lot of
like people making calls for genocide.
Negative. Be more positive. Freely this, freely that. Oh my god, you create your own reality freely. And you know what? I agree.
I'd actually go on record.
Slaughterhouses still exist. The fur farms still fucking exist. They are still there, regardless of you turning a blind eye to them.
Wait. Pause that video. Pause that video. She's.
Can I just say that?
Go on.
That was a really nice picture of a unicorn. I think it is.
Yeah.
I approve of the hand. Anyway, you were saying?
I understand, pictures of cows in slaughterhouses, but what the fuck is a dog doing in a slaughterhouse? I mean, at least in this country, we don't eat dogs. What the fuck's that all about?
No, I do eat dogs. I don't understand the issue with that, by the way. I mean, if someone offered me a bit of dog to try and I knew it was dog, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I'd want to try it.
Well, it is man's best friend, so...
Well, at the end of the day, I don't see... I would argue that, yeah, eating meat is fine on an ethical level, as long as you're willing to commit to the concept of eating meat. But I'd try anything once. But that's because I know that human beings are meant to be omnivorous.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
So still having their fur ripped off their back. Animals are still having anal electrocution. They're still having Disgusting.
I don't know if she can see in that picture that she's given as an example, but that's not its mouth. That's not its arse. That's not anal electrocution. For such an expert on animal rights, she doesn't know a dog's arse from its mouth. This is worrying.
Considering she's talking out of her own arse.
Gosh, that shit is still going on. And yes, it's negative, and we need to bring attention to it to make a positive change. That's what's positive about the focus.
We need to make a positive change by murdering all the people that disagree with us.
Oh yeah, that's always a good thing.
People who actually give a shit about the planet and focus on these negative things, turn them into positives. So ignoring that stuff is not being positive. It's not being enlightened. It's just being ignorant. So it's important to make that distinction.
No, because
it does include family members of mine who actually continue eating meat, dairy, and I love them very much.
Nice.
We're in a situation where drastic change needs to
I love them very much.
They
need to die.
You need to die. Yeah.
They need to die because they have different dietary decisions than I do.
Yeah. Send them to the camps.
This is a reasonable perspective to have on life.
Yes.
And if their position on the planet was threatened because of their dietary choices,
which you're doing,
they would change to vegan in a heartbeat.
Well, of course they would, because their lives are threatened.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's not. Come on, man.
Vegan as well, and people kind of just treat it like, it's just like a casual thing. Like anyone can, you can make your choice. I'll make mine. Just mind your own.
Yes. Yes. Pause video.
I'm sure you've had that sort of like comment.
No.
Vegan. Oh, I'm really happy.
Now I'll pause it.
No, seriously. Oh, you have your choices. I have my choices. Do you know what we call that? We call that freedom. I know it's a weird concept for you guys.
Freedom, no, because freedom flies in the face of veganism. Why would you want freedom when you could eat organic soy lattes? Wait, how would you eat a soy latte? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, just to be on the record, my dad's basically a vegan as well. Well, he's a Rastafarian vegan. He could never say any crazy batshit stupid shit like this. And he's the kind of guy who would go up to any an army of BNP EDL gangsters and just beat the shit out of them and just walk off.
So
what
you're basically saying is that your dad is the vegan Shaft.
It's more like the vegan Bob Marley.
I would actually watch that if it was a show, the vegan Shaft. I mean,
vegan Shaft.
It would not be as catchy, but the show would be good.
Oh, do you know? I think I'd just cast him in there now. That'd have had more hits than Inishan, definitely.
I don't know. You know who I think would be a good Shaft?
Who?
Michael Cera.
Saw you that fantastic, but no, it's like you shouldn't have the choice. You should be forced.
Ooh, we shouldn't have the choice.
The situation the planet is in, we cannot wait for you to fucking get your shit together.
No, Jamal, let her finish.
We cannot wait. The animals cannot wait. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm really passionate about this. And do I want to kill people? No, I don't want to kill people. And yes, I was in
you see it as a necessity.
Before, where I didn't know about the meat and dairy industry. No, I didn't have a fucking clue. But I educated myself. So there's people who have educated themselves, but are like, I don't feel like doing it right now. I don't feel like doing it. I've heard, I knew a vegan once, and they were a little bit weak, and they couldn't do this and that.
I get the feeling that she's making a straw man.
Yeah. And she looks like a titan.
I knew a vegan once who had a child, and the child had deficiencies.
Wait a minute, she's going on about health and stuff. Is that fucking tobacco packet on her bed?
I just noticed as well. Yeah.
Wait a minute, no, because the tobacco industry was powered by slavery. So is she saying that slavery is okay, but hurting animals isn't? So it's a bit of a mixed message.
You're saying.
And also the gunpowder they make Rizzlers out of, like the paper and stuff, that's from the Amazon. That's from the rainforest, and we destroy the rainforest to make room for cattle. You're a hypocrite.
Hey,
You're not even right. I know you're a genocidal maniac, but at least be an internally consistent genocidal maniac.
that's asking for too much.
Like, seriously, if you're going to be a monster, be good at being a monster. Sorry. Should we go to the next video?
Go to the next video. We've had enough of this one.
I've had enough of this. I've had enough of her. It's your favourite person, Jamal?
Oh, God.
And tonight, American panel, he's the founder, president of the group Bond Action, Brotherhood Organization for a New Destiny.
What a legend. She has a cheeky look at her ass.
Whines about it like a big baby every time
Wait
I
for
don't
it.
mention it. Political.
Oh! In there with the Leah.
Great statement.
What a dickhead. What an absolute dickhead.
Richard Murdoch is with us. Richard Lugar, you're ahead in the polls by a lot.
We are indeed. We're leading and looking forward to a week from tonight.
Week from tonight, and you're a Tea Party candidate.
Well, I've got a lot of Republican support. 3/4 of the county chairman endorsed me on the day I began. So we've got a very broad coalition.
Why do you think?
So they've got a Tea Party candidate, Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson, and Fox's pet feminist.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be balanced.
This is going to be an fair and balanced intellectual heavyweight bout.
Intellectual titans begin battle.
I think it is Lugar viewed a liberal Republican, and is that a big part of this?
What is a liberal
We've got a great
Republican?
comparison
What
on
exactly?
Facebook.com. The difference between Mr. Lugar and myself. But yeah, he's really
Is that just a Republican with white guilt?
Here in Indiana, want to see
I agree with that. Conservative leaders. So, you know, if my endorsement hurts you, I won't give it to you. Which could happen. All right.
That was quite funny, Sean.
And agree with me. Look, the president has every right to take credit for making a pretty gutsy decision on bin Laden. I said that from day one. But the reality is he didn't support the policies. We had Jose Rodriguez on the program last night. He was the one who implemented the waterboarding enhanced interrogations of Abu Zubaydah and Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. He did it. I mean, after approval from our Justice Department. But Obama did not support.
Oh, something's wrong.
Those policies. So without him to make that decision, this president, Mitt Romney, he wouldn't have made the brave decision I did. Isn't that dumb politically?
There's a little dispute over what you're saying and whether or not that intelligence was what he's doing isn't right. However, I don't normally do this. I don't normally hijack you. But I did not know that I was going to be sitting here with Reverend Peterson tonight, who I have some very serious issues with in terms of some of the.
You're hijacking.
Da, da, da! Wow.
Yes.
A feminist hijacking an interview to pursue her own agenda. What a shocker.
No.
Anyway, to be fair, I'm actually on the side of the feminist here, and you're about to find out why.
I think I will be as well.
About women in your sermon about how women have created a shameless society, and most women are little whores, and that it was okay to call Sandra Fluck a slut, and that you should put women in powerful businesses. And if you
now be careful here, because you are white and he is black. So no matter what you say, you are oppressing him. No matter what you say, he is implicitly correct. Is that not true, Jamal?
No, there are exceptions to some people.
No, it's not fucking true, because I'm white and I said it to you and you're black. God.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I'm black and I'm saying this guy's a dickhead. So therefore, I'm right.
I don't know if you noticed or not, but the liberal Democrat women are calling themselves whores. They came out with a so-called group of women who are within the Democratic Party, and they are admitting that they're whores, and they're saying that they're proud of
about that group that protested.
That's a completely different
I'm okay with that. I don't want to pay for it.
No.
If these women, the liberal women
Okay,
want to,
pause. What do you want to say, Jamal?
Okay. I think he's referring to the slut walk thing. That was I think we're going to have a video. I'm going to have a video about that later on. I understand that there are bits of the slut walk movement that don't make sense and basically, they get out of hand. But at the end of the day, that was about the whole idea of the slut walk is about, people, it was basically about someone going to the police after they were raped, and basically the police just turned around saying, "Oh, you just asked for it. You got raped because you asked for it because of what you wear," which is bullshit. Nobody asks to be raped. But it's just a stupid fucking argument. I mean, as ridiculous as as ridiculous as a slut walk can get, the actual intent behind it is to it's just to say, look, no, there's no excuse to rape anyone just because of what they're wearing. It's just fucking ridiculous. And for this idiot just to say, oh, these women are saying that they're whores.
Jamal! That opinion is very problematic and offensive to people for some reason. Look, I just think it's hilarious that this is a outspoken misogynist trying to refute feminists. I think this is just a beautiful video for that reason, because everyone on this panel is a moron. But one of them is
a horrible thing.
You said women are creating a shameless society and they are destroying the family, and they shouldn't be put in powerful businesses. Address that. Women should not be in powerful businesses.
I think that most Americans know that liberal women are destroying the family.
You said women.
They hate men. They hate society as it is.
False. Sean,
Even when they're
you started this. I'm letting you two go.
Jamal's like, not Jamal, you're Jamal. Fuck Sean Hannity's like, yeah, you two just go ahead. I'm gonna watch. I'm just gonna sit in the corner and stroke my big conservative belly.
I don't think I can even
to go at it. I love it. Intellectual. Go.
Oh no, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. I don't want to sound like a social justice warrior, but there are no words. There literally are no words for the amount of stupids right now.
I'm not going to
my friend
refuting this.
It's just too stupid. It's like you're both demonstrably wrong, and you're both demonstrably reprehensible pieces of shit. But as far as I'm concerned, Jesse Peterson is the most reprehensible piece of shit on the panel. And it's like, oh yeah, just saying, oh, all women, and liberal women are destroying society. Oh, what, by thinking for themselves? Look, I don't like how modern feminism's turning out today. But for fuck's sake, to say that women and liberal women in general in power are destroying this society, you're a fucking moron. I mean, what? How are they destroying society? Oh, because they have more sexual freedom, they have more economic freedom.
To be fair, when Jesse Peterson says liberal women, we both know what he really means by that.
Women who won't suck his dick, or
everyone. No. What he's doing is he's using all of these radical feminists, and he's going, "This is what all liberal women are like," which is ironic because that whole agenda is more like Puritanism than anything else.
Yeah, which is at the antithesis of liberalism.
You are a pastor distorting God's word for misogyny. The
word of the Lord.
You say women are just you leave a woman alone in charge of a family and she destroys the family.
We allowed the National Organization of Women Who Hate Men to come in years ago.
You're not answering anything.
The Women Live group. We left them alone.
There's no such thing as the National Organization.
We left them alone. There is.
No, there is.
We left them alone. Look what condition we are in today. Out of wedlock abortion.
All right, I gotta step in because I can't let the hijack go on forever. No, sorry. But I'm telling the truth about this. I gave you every opportunity. You want to ask him any other question? You wanted to bring this up. This was not one of the topics that I planned on. You said you're hijacking the show. Go and ask him whatever you want.
I didn't know I was going to be on with him. I would.
How did you come in with quotes on him if you didn't know he was going to be on with him?
I've tweeted about him before. I know all this. I tweeted
about it. But if you believe what you believe,
and then I saw him on with Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson.
All right, we have another guest, so be fair to him. Let me ask you the question.
Why are you upset at me? I'm not upset at you for believing
what you're a pastor using God's word to teach misogyny.
No, I have a responsibility to tell the truth. You're on the side of lies. Why should I be on the side of truth? And it's the truth that
Because you're not telling the truth, you fucking retard. Because everything that comes out of your mouth, you're literally vomiting globules of shit. You're not on the side of truth. Oh God, you're on Fox News for fuck's sake. How can you be on the side of truth? Oh,
who is this woman? Because she is actually like killing it on this panel. She's destroyed him. This is brilliant. We don't even have to do anything. We can just play the video.
You know what? I'm gonna do that with my friend Lovely T and just sit to you and just watch.
Policies are bad for families. They're bad for women. They're bad for America.
Let me ask you, as a candidate, what did you think of the use of the Bin Laden killing by the president against Mitt Romney?
You know, I think it's a sad thing.
If George Bush had killed Bin Laden, he would have been really humble about it and barely mentioned it. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, and then unlike George Bush, he actually got the job done without actually having so many people fucking killed, and he didn't spend 10 years.
Oh yeah, I love that. The Republicans started the war, or the Democrats killed Bin Laden.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Claim credit that doesn't really belong to them, and it seems others want to sit back and not say anything about it. And that's one of the reasons.
He opposed the enhanced interrogations rendition,
taking credit for things that weren't entirely down to them. Yes, sort of like World War II. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black wanted to close Gitmo, and Jose Rodriguez on this program last night said we wouldn't have gotten the messenger to Bin Laden had we not had those things. And he talked about American lives being he's called a torturer by President Obama.
Well, President Obama made the right decision to go in. I think a lot of us who are conservatives, liberals, doesn't matter. We think he made the right decision to go in a year ago. But now when he's trying to take credit for it, I think that's rather unseemly.
He's desperate.
I think it's going to backfire.
Yeah, he's desperate. He can't run on his failed policies. So he.
We'll see if Kirsten hijacks the next segment. Great American panel.
What failed policies? The only failed policies the Republicans tried to obliterate.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. The guy fucked up on the, the guy has failed. Obama did fail a lot of.
It's just demonstrably not true.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's not done anywhere.
Very successful at perpetuating the Bush doctrine.
Yeah.
Like,
so there's a problem that
he's the ultimate centralist Republican president, but they don't realise that because they're racist morons.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like
if anything, he's helping them.
Exactly. He's like the water boy for the Republican Party, and they're just like treating him like shit. I mean, he's kept most of the policies that you fucking enjoy, and he's probably enhanced on some of them. And whoever should be pissed off about, who should really be pissed off at Obama are liberals, because liberals mostly, because it's like he's failed them quite a lot of times, and more so than he's failed those fucking right-wing assholes. I mean, for fuck's sake, they're like, oh, we're raising taxes on poor people, even though they're paying the lowest taxes in history. I mean, it's like, oh, we're allowing the terrorists to win, even though he actually had a more quick and efficient fucking way of dealing with terrorists.
That's the thing, though. He was competent at being a monster. So yeah, it's just what they're like. Anyway, let's get to the next video because this is boring me now.
Yes, and this is annoying me.
What's up, Josh Fierstein here. So I'm here to.
You want to win 100 grand?
Ooh, yes. Come on.
Let's win 100 grand right here, right now.
Split 50-50.
Oh, go away, Darwin, man.
Josh Fierstein here. So I'm here to issue the $100,000 atheist challenge to anybody that could provide me proof or evidence that God does not exist. I think it's rather ridiculous that there's been people for a long time that have said that God.
Can I just?
Can I just say? Sorry. This whole idea that you can't disprove God. Like, it's true in a general sense, but you can disprove specific gods. Like, you can prove beyond reasonable doubt that the Christian God doesn't exist, because according to his own doctrine, he's meant to be all benevolent, but he's a genocidal maniac. Either he doesn't exist, or someone's pushing an agenda, or if the Christian God does exist, he's actively malevolent. Just want to put that out there at the front, right? Anyway, let's proceed.
Does not exist, and yet they're unarmed because they have zero evidence and zero proof. How would that ever hold up in a court of law? You know, it's
how would God hold up in a court of law?
I don't believe that there's any such thing as absolute truth. I said, you really believe that? He said, absolutely. I said, therefore, you now have absolute truth. If
Josh Fierstein is a scientist.
absolutely believe that there is no such thing as absolute truth, that's exactly what it is. You live in a dichotomy, a paradigm, a problem, and a paradox. You see, if we were to look at absolute...
I don't think that he knows what any of those words mean.
No, let me carry on.
Maybe, maybe and. I'll give him a bit of credit. He knows what that means.
If we were to look at the totality of all knowledge, all scientific facts, everything, and we were to be able to draw a circle that would represent it, it would look something like this, broad and expansive and large. And yet it is that if you were to draw a circle of everything that you know, every experience, every scientific fact that you've ever learned, whether in school or studying, would probably look something more like this. Now, don't you think it's ironic that there's people that have lived in this little circle their entire life that are trying to claim that there's no God that exists outside of their knowledge? Therefore, because they've never experienced him, he doesn't exist. Now, the problem
and how have you experienced him?
I believe that this generation doesn't like that concept because it means that there's moral law. It means that now that there's something that they will one day have to answer to.
Yeah, this modern generation that's like more actively opposed to racism and government corruption than any generation before it. Yeah, we're the ones that have a big morality problem.
In fact, if you were to I don't think he would ever actually be able to condemn something like the Holocaust and the killing of millions and millions of innocent people.
Really? Really?
Merely some molecular structure that they're just part of scientific.
Killing millions and millions of people, sort of like when God flooded the earth, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Let's not mention that, ever. Oh, shush, be quiet about that.
Or like, you know, Sodom and Gomorrah, or like any of the wars that he led Moses on.
Oh, no, even better, moral wars.
You know, all of those wars, or maybe the Crusades. Let's talk about the Crusades, or maybe the fact that Holocaust you mentioned was endorsed by the Catholic Church. What about that? Hey, let's talk about Christian morality for a second, Josh.
Oh, and the fact that Jesus Christ was actually born a rape baby.
Yeah, and the fact that Jesus Christ was a rape baby.
Yeah, so you know, let's be fucking up.
To a 12-year-old girl, no less.
Survival of the fittest. Well, how then was Hitler just not the fittest? How could you ever condemn something like that? In fact, I would challenge you this.
I don't know. I've seen some pictures of Hitler, and he was not the fittest. He was not Charles Atlas. Let's put it that way.
If you were to look around the world in any society, in almost any country, in any sets of laws, murder is something that is illegal. Why is it something that is illegal universally? Because man knows. Because
if we all went around killing each other, we'd never get anything done. And human beings are, by their very nature, a violent species. Therefore, we have to have a law in place saying not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's wrong to murder someone else. If we were just some biological concept.
Wait.
No. Josh, about why we're not just a biological concept.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but hey, it never stopped the Bible. It's never stopped the stuff in the Bible. You know, all the people murdered in Numbers chapter 31. You know, and all the little girls who were kept for all the soldiers and the Israelites to do what they please. You know, or the stoning of your own neighbors.
No, Jamal, that was a different time with a different set of values.
Yeah, bullshit.
Being in a man, how would we have that knowledge except that the Bible says that God writes those precepts upon our hearts? How is it that every society around the world would agree that murder is wrong? In fact, I guarantee that if there were no laws and no government...
there's a lot of societies that don't think that murder is wrong. And it's funny how you say that, but a lot of religious doctrine is supposedly against that. That's the one sin that they have a massive, like, exception policy for. Like with regards to Christianity and stuff, you know, they have this big problem with gay people, but when it comes to murder, they're kind of okay with that as long as it's in the name of God.
Oh yeah.
You feel wrong inside of you killing somebody. Why? Because God's written it on your heart. That is why Jesus is the...
Well, I can say as a murderer that when I kill people, I get an erection. So, you know, you're wrong there. Maybe you should try it sometime and see how you feel about it. I mean, you know,
Well,
you can ask for forgiveness afterwards and stuff. Obviously.
Truth. He is the way, the truth, and the life. And I challenge you today to have an honest conversation with him. Maybe for a long time you've kind of put him out of your mind because to think that...
Okay, I'm going to do it. Let's have an honest conversation with God.
Let's have a talk.
Let's have a little talk. God, are you out there? God. Oh my God, he's speaking to me. He's speaking to me, Jamal. God is speaking to me.
Ryan, this is God.
Hello,
I am
God.
speaking.
Hello.
I am speaking to you through a black man.
Oh, but
Why
Jesus
have you
was white,
forsaken?
Jesus was white, God. Jesus was white.
No,
God.
no, he was not white. He was black. That's why they always have Black Friday. Lies.
All right, let's.
Lies from the pit of hell.
So I think that we've disproven what this guy has said, and that he owes us 100 grand now.
Yep. So what you spend the 100 grand on, or the 50 grand actually.
Right. Time for a special treat.
Oh God.
This is Darwin Man.
And his crew.
Explaining why God does not do a poo.
His peace and blessings upon the noble prophet and messenger Muhammad, Jesus, Abraham, Moses, all the way up to Adam and everyone else in between. Joshua, how are you doing, my friend? I have to say that your video refuting atheism was very inspirational and motivational. Definitely learned a thing or two from there. But this video I'm making is in response to a few incoherencies to your video directed at Muslims. Nonetheless, I thank you and commend you for the respect in which you spoke, to the Muslims, and please don't expect to receive anything less than that from us. So you basically mentioned a few biblical verses.
Right, to be totally fair to them, we have to be as respectful as they are.
From the Bible where Jesus claims to be divine. Well, now we believe that the Quran is the spoken word of our Creator, your Creator, the Creator of Jesus, that was revealed upon the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Whereas you believe that the Bible was the word of man inspired by God, but the Quran is the direct word of God. Now, the Quran mentions one verse. In fact, it mentions many verses about Christianity, but there's just the one verse in chapter 5 that kind of just seals the deal for me. God says that Jesus used to eat. Now, the Quran actually makes it necessary for us to reflect upon these verses. Because God wants to make a point. He wants to read in between the lines and see the point that he has not explicitly mentioned. He doesn't necessarily want to mention things that are of, a filthy nature. But he mentions the point he wants to reflect now. So I'm saying...
No things of a filthy nature. The Quran after dark.
You're claiming that Jesus is divine. You're saying Jesus is God, all-powerful, all-knowing, unlimited, etc., so on and so forth.
As a viewer, this is built on the presumption that someone watching this is a Christian or a Muslim. And from an atheistic perspective, watching a Muslim try to refute a Christian is quite possibly the best thing that I've ever seen.
I wish I had some popcorn right now.
So God can die if he didn't eat. And once he had eaten, if he didn't take a dump, he would die.
Not necessarily. I mean, he was Jesus.
Yeah.
He needs to eat and he needs to take a dump. Now that in itself shows me that Jesus is limited. He's just like a human being. He can't be God. So God can't die if he doesn't get food. God can't die if he doesn't take a dump. But just think about what you're attributing to God. You're attributing that God takes a doo-doo. And I know that I'm trying to take friends, brothers, and sisters in humanity. Are you telling me that God just took a doo-doo? I want to picture this. I want to imagine you're alive during the time when Jesus was preaching. And you travel day and night to get to where he is.
I wouldn't though.
And you finally get to meet
If I was around the time of Jesus, I wouldn't go and find Jesus. I just wouldn't. That wouldn't be on my list of priorities because I wouldn't have even known who he was back then.
in the flesh. And you get to his disciples, and you have Peter and Simon, and they're all there, and Matthew, but you can't see Jesus. So you walk up to Peter, and you ask Peter, you say, Peter, where is Jesus? I need to ask him something. And he says to you, God will be right out. He's just taking a number 2. I'm sorry. Like, what do I say to you? God doesn't use the toilet.
How do you know? How do you know God doesn't use the toilet? You don't know. Maybe if God is a sentient being, maybe he chooses to give himself the limitation of taking the shit so that he can have the pleasure of taking the shit. I don't know about you, but for me, going to number 2 is like a pleasurable, meditative experience. So maybe God would benefit from doing that. Maybe if he could take a shit, he wouldn't be so violent and imperialistic and anarchic in the Bible and in the Quran. Maybe that would be the case. Maybe the world would be better if God took a shit.
Think about it logically, Josh. Jesus was in the womb where he was dependent. God was inside the womb of a woman and was dependent upon getting his nutrition from her. And he was born. Like, forgive me for painting a crude picture, but you're telling me God came out of the vagina of a woman?
Nice Islamic misogyny there.
It came out of a woman? Oh my goodness.
All holy and the most pure, yet the most pure and most holy, made his mother impure for 40 days?
Right. Can I refute
Why?
him? Can I refute him from a Christian perspective, please?
Go
As a
on,
Christian,
go on.
right? From a Christian perspective, this can even be refuted because the whole idea of God is that God is meant to be 3 different aspects, you know, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. When Mary, he's framing it as if God was born from a woman, but that's not true. God impregnated the woman with himself. Get it right. Right? And if God is omnipotent, why wouldn't he? Why you're saying that couldn't happen? Are you saying that you're posting a limitation on God? Like, if God created the universe, then God could do whatever he chose. So maybe he just chose to do that. Maybe God's a kinky bastard. Who knows? I mean, he did invent S&M, so...
How does that work? Can you imagine a God coming out of the womb covered in blood?
Why are these 2 guys here?
I have no idea. It's his entourage, mate. It's his entourage.
Yeah.
The placenta hanging off of God, and then God has a penis that gets
No! Oh my goodness, God has a cock. God has a gender.
So what we have learned from this is that Allah has no dick.
Oh my.
That is the one thing I've taken from this video, is that Muslims believe that Allah has no dick.
The magnitude of what it is that you're saying. This is why in the Quran, Allah, your master, my master, our master has stated that they say Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, has begotten a son. This is a disgusting, horrific thing that they have said. So bad that the sky wants to split apart, the earth wants to split asunder, the mountains want to come crashing down. Joshua, the fact that people say that God...
So what you're basically saying is that Allah is such a dickless pussy that the slightest infringement of his law, he gets really upset over and like cracks the sun open and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, who's the one posting limitations on God here, Darwa man?
Thinking of it, that God, he takes a doo-doo. God has these organs and have been cut off and came out of a woman. The fact that you insult God in this way, not me. This is what God is saying, Josh. Please don't take offense at the words of God. Please don't do that.
Oh, don't do that. You don't do that, you fucking coward. Don't do that. Don't do that. This is your interpretation of scripture. This isn't scripture. Fuck off. Oh, I really respected him before he said that as well.
Well, there you go.
So I give you a sincere advice and warning. Please be fearful of that day when you will return to him and him alone, bare and naked.
What is this thing about fear? I mean, come on.
And I swear by Allah, Jesus will not be on your side. For as he said in the Bible, when they come to me and said, I will prophesy in your name, cast out devils in your name, he said that I will say, remove from me workers of evil, for I never knew. In the Quran, Allah says the same thing. On the day of judgment, God will ask Jesus, did you tell them to worship you? And Jesus will say, I am free from all that which they attribute with you, God. So please, Josh, I sincerely...
But Jesus did tell people to worship him.
Yeah.
In the Quran and the Bible. So...
Please, ask
you're wrong.
your master guidance. Ask him for true guidance. He will guide you upon the right path. And you will find that. In the meantime, I hope to engage with you. Please respond to me if you feel I've made any mistakes. Holler at me. Let me know. Maybe.
Okay, I've had enough of you. Fuck off.
Fuck out.
You're
What's
not
next video? Hey, there we go. Oh,
right, let's.
By the way,
yeah,
oh,
what were you going to say? This is just something for us to like chill out on and stuff. This is just a funny news story.
Yeah, man. This is also from my friend.
Hey, you guys, it's your girl T. So I wanted to come on here and talk about the whole situation with the green-haired man. As you guys all know, the other day I posted this video on my fan page, and I was like, I gotta check out this video. I see the newest 2015 Antoine Dobson. His name is Courtney Barnes, and he is a trip. His interview went viral. I don't know what. He is a trip. His interview went straight up viral. I want you guys to go ahead and check out his original interview. This shit is funny as hell. Check this out. I'm gonna come back with the rest of my comments.
Okay, well, I witnessed here what I see was a horrible, tragic situation. Down, and I guess the police were trying to do a stop point. The man said, no, not today. And they began to race behind each other like cats and dogs. The police also got behind the man. Massive car spit out of the pole. Girl, he hit the pole. His head went to one side and his body went to the other side. And this is the result. Lord be with this young man. He need a blessing.
So where were you when this happened?
Well, ma'am, I was actually going to buy me a piece of burger from Burger King, and I just just went away. When I just began to be nosy, and I just had to just understand that somebody was experiencing this difficulty moment that was just because it's just so.
This guy's fucking hilarious.
The police officer was merging.
Police shut us down. Police shut us down.
And it was a full twist about, and the police car just twisted around.
I really want to go for a drink with this guy.
Oh god, I need to.
I like this guy.
We need to invite him. Oh, yeah. We need to have him on as a guest. I think so. I need to.
Officer don't know if his life is going to continue to make it, or he going to just tap out. What do you see?
Tap out!
Tap out!
Yes, ma'am. The police officer called fishtail. That's what happened. It's fishtail, ma'am. When I seen the accident, girl, I just began to be nosy, and I just had to just understand that somebody was experiencing this difficulty moment that was just not. Ma'am, I just cannot bear to continue to talk because it's just so. What you saw? Did the police? Well, what I seen was that the police officer was merging towards the front, and the car gunned a little right, and then the police officer kind of submerged, and both of them interacted, and it was a full twist about, and the police car just twisted around like a tornado girl, and the Lord.
Like a tornado girl.
A tornado girl.
What did you see the officer do? You saw him? Yes, ma'am.
You can't see my face right now, but I'm like proper creasing up.
Piece of a burger. Y'all, I felt the hell out. I'm like, this can't be life. He is such a mess. There's all this controversy swirling behind Courtney.
He's funny looking.
So You Think You Can Dance last season. He was on there. He was one of the contestants. And police are accusing him of lying about what happened at this scene. This and that he's over-exaggerating, that he's just making this up because he wants to be on television and everything else. Then on top of that, they're also saying that he's being under investigation for shoplifting, and the news media went there to go confront him at the police station. I want you guys to check out this new interview, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my comments.
Police arrested the man at the center of a Jackson viral video. He spoke exclusively to 16 WABC's Alley.
Look at that! Look at those seductive eyes, Jamal.
This witness also involved car crash Monday. The police car just twists around like a tornado girl.
Like a tornado girl.
Tornado girl.
Make that soundbite, Jamal.
Oh no, that needs to be our soundbite.
That's some great CGI right there.
Oh, yeah, it's good editing.
Owner of this laundry store.
There is literally nothing to say.
The owner of Swallow-Phonics told us he thinks the man stealing on this surveillance picture looks a lot like Barr. Show you this picture.
Okay.
Is that you?
Okay. I'm gonna plead the fifth because I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
Really? Really?
Oh.
You're going to plead the fifth?
That's brilliant. Oh.
For a contempt of court warrant. Have you ever stolen anything at all?
Oh well, honey, I'm gonna plead the fifth. My question is, have anybody else stolen anything at all?
Oh no, he did. Just let him go. Just on that.
Oh, I was going to make a really good point, and then that just completely blindsided me. Did Eve? No, she didn't steal the apple off the tree. The snake gave her the apple.
Oh.
So different from other witness accounts.
Now, for the people that say about what I saw, my question to you is: were you there? Did God tell you out of heaven or through a spiritual saying?
I saw a dragon. A dragon came from the sky. The police car and turned around like a tornado girl.
Oh.
You don't know.
Get this motherfucker a medal.
Did someone else steal it? I don't know.
I think so. So my question to you is, how do you know it's true? Oh, it's true.
For now, he's facing theft charges in at least 2 cities. In Jackson, Alleyware 16, WAPT News. Again, Richland police say Barnes turned himself in on 2 contempt charges relating to unpaid traffic tickets. Jackson police arrested him on misdemeanor shoplifting charges. No word when Barnes will make his first.
You guys just watched that new interview, and this guy is a mess.
That was a bit of a rough transition. And it really took me by surprise there.
Yeah.
Let's see what you've got to say.
He has a personality out this world. When he said that Eve stole an apple from the tree,
he's got a personality like a tornado girl.
The only thing he's in a arrest warrant for is for them crazy looking ass eyebrows. His eyebrows are definitely okay. That's the only thing that he needs an arrest warrant for. But my thing is this: why is the news media bringing up his criminal record? You know, I find it really funny that this news station is so salty because you notice they stated that we chose.
That is definitely the funniest thing about that story.
But another chose to air it. So it seems like they're salty and they're upset because they didn't run with this interview that's now viral. So now they're trying to find anything to basically keep this story out there. One, nobody gives a shit if he has a criminal past, if he was arrested, if he has to go to court. That's his business. People are saying that he did this for attention. He's making stuff up on the scene. Did he know that the police officer was going to crash? Did he know that a wreck was about to happen? He just so happened to be somewhere, and by coincidence, he happened to see the crash. I don't understand why the news media is feeling some type of way about what he saw, when at the end of the day, he was there, and like he said, we wasn't. So this whole situation is a mess.
Very, very simple. Very, very simple answer to that. And that is that he's a massive viral star, and they're looking for any way to cash in on the fact that he's a massive viral star. And yes, she's right. There probably is an element of regret over not running with the story originally, but you know, que sera, sera. I completely agree with her.
Yeah, yeah.
She's absolutely right.
When he came shot at his on Twitter, so he's definitely getting a lot of support on social media and on Twitter. But the whole situation's a mess, and I don't agree with the news media trying to bring up his criminal. That has something to do with him being a witness to this, as if that has something to do with him.
Yeah, it does, because he was a witness and he was proven to be providing false testimony. The fact that he has a criminal part, yeah, no, I disagree with her. I think that when you're looking at this as a case where he's meant to be a witness, absolutely, it should cover his representation of the events. What's she trying to say? I don't get it.
Well,
oh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it's like
you're being very quiet, Jamal. I don't like it.
No, I'm not. Well, I'm actually listening to you for once.
Well, that does make a nice change. However, let's continue. Let's play the video to the end.
So anyways, y'all, go ahead and leave a comment when you thoughts about this entire situation. How do you feel about what the news have to say about him having to turn himself in and him being arrested? Do you feel like that has anything to do with anything?
No.
Or do you feel like they're just trying to throw shade at him because they missed out on a big story?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right. Deuces.
Who was that?
What, the YouTuber?
Yeah.
The YouTuber, name's Lovely T. Lovely T2. Well, she's got two channels. She's Lovely T 2002
check out some more
and
videos.
Lovely T 2000. Yeah, Lovely T 2013.
Nice. Let's get her on the show. I like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. We actually. I also just want to say before you start the next video, she actually did a video for me, and it's basically about it was basically for my hip hop research for my second year at uni, and it was basically just asked her questions related to hip hop culture, and it's actually a really good video. And we could probably you probably have a few opinions on it yourself, but we could probably feature it next week.
All right, we'll do
possible.
That. Absolutely.
So yeah, T, if you're actually watching this for some reason, we're shouting you out.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Yeah.
Shout to
you're cool. You have my approval, and that means everything.
More signatures. This one's to support President.
I'm not going to give you any introduction to this. I'm just going to let it play, okay?
Obama's new plan to deal with Russia, and they're violating the UN. They're violating the UN sanctions. So we're going to launch a preemptive nuclear strike. Birthday to support the nuclear strike against Russia, and a signature. Really appreciate that. This is the one way we can maintain our superiority. Thank you so much. President Obama has decided to implement some new sanctions in order to prevent some trade imbalances. Prince's birthday and a signature. And part of those, part of the plan to deal with Russia is to launch a preemptive nuclear strike, which will help to maintain America's superiority in the world. I appreciate your supporting it.
Have you noticed he's going to use this and be like, oh, look at all these people who would approve of a nuclear strike, right? But notice he doesn't tell them it's about a nuclear strike until after they're already started signing the document.
Yeah. Coercion much?
Attack on Russia. Thank you so much. Okay, here, just real quick, we're just getting signatures. You've seen that Russia has been threatening the United States lately and trying to flex their international muscle. The treaty.
They launch nuclear weapons at us. We're going to blow them to smithereens.
Well, this is to support Obama's plan for a preemptive nuclear strike to Russia, just to send them a message that we are still the world's first and only superpower. Print here, a birthday and a signature, just to support America. Real quick.
I lived in America all my life.
You're an American. We need to get behind the political power. Print, birthday, and a signature to support the preemptive nuclear strike.
This guy's an asshole.
To support the a nuclear strike against Russia.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jamal. I think he's very reasonable.
Yeah, reasonable be just dishonest.
And the patriotic thing to do these days, signature.
It's not very charismatic, is he? He's like, oh, we're going to like launch a nuclear attack against Mr. Obama and stuff because Russia and everything, and they have freedom. In fact, they have freedom. Threatens our freedom, so we're just gonna nuke them all.
Oh yeah.
To send Russia a message with a preemptive nuclear strike. Thank you for supporting
Let's
that.
hope he doesn't disappoint me.
President and to launch the
psychopath.
Nuclear demonstration against Russia for violating the.
No thanks, man.
We're just trying to show support for. We need 100,000 signatures to support Obama's plan to use a preemptive nuclear strike against Russia, and just I need a couple more signatures. Prince here. Okay. It's a birthday and a signature.
I hope that when the decision does come to like launch a preemptive nuclear strike against someone, I hope it isn't decided by public petition.
God,
It's Obama's decision to make sure that.
What point is he making? Because he's not actually Obama. Like, he's doing this. Is he trying to make the point that people are idiots? Because, duh.
Yeah.
This video is not as good as I thought it was going to be. I'm going to skip. What a piece of shit.
Good. Shame on you, Roy. Shame on you, Roy. I'm a Christian.
You're a Christian. I'm a Christian.
Lately, it's been tough for us Christians. For Elton John to pass a book which calls God a delusion, faith is under attack. Well, I have news for atheists. They're the ones who are deluded. Because God exists. He made the universe. I'm 100% sure of it. How do I know? From the Bible.
You don't.
It says so right there on page 1 of the book God himself says he wrote. Checkmate. Sorry, atheists. Scientists believe that the Earth is billions of years old because of something called radioactive decay. Well, the truth is the Earth is only about 6,000 years old. God says so in the Bible. Now, who should we believe? Or scientist freaks that don't even believe in God? Astronomers
was that a little bit ableist?
Even older than the Earth for them to be visible. But the Bible proves that's impossible. When God created everything, he must have set the light from those galaxies already beaming toward the Earth, so that when he'd later give us telescopes, we'd have more stuff to look at.
Can you pause this video? Can I just point out that the Bible is a book that says that, you know, bats or birds and hares chew the cud. So that's irrefutable evidence that you have. You know.
No,
and the earth hangs on pillar.
Mark, this man is a genius, and I will not be him questioned.
This guy's a genius at being an idiot.
Now, if you think that isn't the work of a conscious, omnipotent being whose son on earth was Jesus Christ, you must be deluded or something.
Isn't it great when crazy people tell you that you're deluded?
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Atheists, fossils in the ground show that evolution, not intelligent design, produced all life on earth. That's ridiculous. The Bible clearly says God created man in his own image.
So what does God look like then? Because humans, does God look like me or does God look like Jamal?
Oh, it definitely looks like me.
You know what I mean, though, don't you? Like,
hey, what if God looks like Beyonce?
Scientists also say you can see evolution happening in the mutations of drug-resistant bacteria.
Which is true.
Give me a break. God updates a gene so more good Christians can go to heaven, and that means we came from monkeys? It's amazing how science can cure diseases, smash the atom, and create nuclear explosions, yet be so wrong about everything that's mentioned in the Holy Bible. I'm sure we'll find fossils of giants and unicorns one of these days.
Depending on how you define a unicorn, they're called rhinos. And yeah, as far as giants are concerned, I mean, if we actually look back at fossil evidence, human beings were actually a lot smaller. back in the day because they had to be. Evolutionarily speaking, being smaller is advantageous. The whole idea of humans being any taller than like 5'5" is quite a recent phenomenon, evolutionarily speaking.
Look, I'm a Christian, and us Christians, we understand that things like miracles that defy the laws of physics are the truth. We will never question that because we're 100% certain God meant what he wrote. Scientists aren't certain about anything. All they have is a bunch of theories. Clearly, stuff like science and reason have no place in our lives. It's the 21st century. We must live by the words of a very, very old religious book, so that when the earth is consumed in fire at Armageddon, we will physically ascend to paradise. And when I pray, the Creator himself and his Son, born of a blessed virgin, come and they speak to me, and they tell me I'm correct. So, atheists, who exactly is the deluded one here?
Troll or not a troll?
Can't be a troll.
I don't know, because he made so many compelling arguments against himself. Like, I didn't even have to say anything throughout all of that. He just did it for me. This is too easy, man.
Troll or not a troll?
Let's go to the next video. Oh, I can't be asked for you. Fuck off. No more of this science is a lie stuff. It's hurting my brain. Sorry,
Next video. Next video.
So I just woke up and I was thinking about something in bed, which I think about quite often.
Didn't we watch this? Had this? Yes, we did.
What's
wrong with you?
And on the animals.
We are out of videos, Jamal.
We are out of video. Oh my god, this is
videos already. Well, we have torn through them today, to be fair.
We have.
Oh, I've got one more. I've got one more.
Oh, good. Okay.
Go after the system, excuse it, hide it, ignore it. Hello, it's Lauren Southern here with Rebel, and I just got in a huge confrontation with the slut walk, which we are following right now. Essentially, I held a sign that said, "We are not living in a rape culture in the West," which we are not. It is intellectually dishonest to think that we are living in a rape culture. Rapes do happen, but the majority, or the minority, the vast minority of men and women are rapists. And when we do find out they're rapists, they go to prison, they're punished. Whereas in third world countries and other places, men can get away with rape there.
That's internalized misogyny to me.
Oh, so nice. Wait a minute. Did you just say
issue and say that we are living and don't get high fives? We don't have the government funding rapists. Even
church.
Oh yeah.
You know,
men get fired
that's the only exception.
Just making rape jokes, not even raping. So to say we live in rape is quite frankly. All right, let's go follow the walk.
No means no. No means no. No means no.
You are attacking our cameraman. Yeah.
He was the one who touched me first.
Excuse me.
Oh, come on. So how do you believe your outfit is going to stop perpetuating rape culture?
My body.
Let's just take a look at that.
And it should. This is exemplifying how it's a crime scene, like wearing the caution tape that they would normally put around a physical crime scene with when it's not.
So wait, her argument is wearing that tape to signify that rape isn't really a crime. That tape, which has crime scene written on it.
Regarding a person, but regarding me, it's regarding people don't consider it a crime scene. That's up. It should be. It's a violation of a person's.
Well, no, they don't put a crime scene up because there's no need to. The reason you put a crime scene up is when you have to do forensic analysis. Most rape cases, you don't need to do any forensic analysis because usually there's either a load of evidence to support the fact that it's a rape claim or it's a false claim. You don't need a forensic investigation, which is why they don't put a crime. Idiot.
Right. So is this stopping rapes?
No, of course not.
Let's go to jail. Can you give me a stat back that some number?
the number to get taken to the cops, the number of rapes that get prosecuted. Could you give me some stats back? Rapes that happen out of 100,000 people, 1.7 of Canadians actually, even just that's just reporting rapes. So yeah, you know that less than 10% of rapes are actually reported. Okay. Where's that from? All of the women organizations that study rape. It's an organization that works as a rape crisis center. We base that on the number of calls. And this is great that 10% of rapes are reported. So,
Boom.
What?
Lauren Southern. This is amazing. Really.
Culture. Unfortunately, I think I was chatting with my friend. Even the reporters such as yourself and are saying that awful phrase in the to live camera.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. Dude, I can't hear you properly. It's cutting out. I can't hear you for some reason. It's cut. Just say something quickly. No, the sounds. We're breaking up.
No, we're not. We'll never break up.
Okay, now you can talk. Okay, what were you going to say before?
That phrase she was talking about, you know, F her right in the pee, fuck her right in the pussy, right? I don't think that's rape culture because that implies consent, for one thing.
Exactly.
Language that is considered funny is something that, you know, it might seem a thing at the time, but it's just an example of how
if it wasn't funny, it wouldn't be a meme.
Yeah.
The language we use is.
So I don't know where that came from. Are you still there? Dude? Looks like you're frozen. You still there? You're frozen. Singing Soapbox is frozen for some reason. No. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we are experiencing some technical difficulties. Hopefully, we'll get this sorted as soon as possible. Ryan, are you there? Hello? Ah. Oh, that's bullshit. Jonathan.